The Epic Adventures of Eddy Hyland. India. A rainy Manchester, 1990. Maggie Thatcher leaves office. The Berlin Wall comes down. The Hubble telescope goes up. Ed has been home from his travels for 3 months now. Eddie's already had enough of the Manchester nightlife. Pubs, music, late nights, boozing. Eddie's beginning to get itchy feet. He dreams of India, riding a motorbike across the mountains, beaches, ancient temples and palaces, and all its exotic charms. Strange religions, and starts to do his homework in the library. A couple of difficult choices. His metal sculpture business is doing well, and his new girlfriend Caroline, who he really likes. A man with itchy feet. The next thing, the ticket's booked and he's on his way. Ed plans his trip. Shimla in the foothills of the Himalayas and the Goan beaches. India, 1 billion people, 14 million of them in Delhi, 12 religions, and so many languages. Manic kaleidoscope of sensual experiences. Outside the cafes, Eddie drinks tea and people watches, a favourite subject. Difficult to take it all in. Street sellers. Right there on the street. Even a haircut or have your ears cleaned. Papayas, mangoes, beautiful curries. And the power of red chilies. Eddie feels like he's in Wonderland. Night markets, day markets. The world's weird and wonderful seems to be all in one place. Ed can't believe it. Ed discovers the old palaces and temples, come face to face with the fascinating religions. The festival of light, dark. The ancient palaces and temples, finally gets to see what he's read about. Slowly, Ed begins to see the real nature of Delhi, the social division, the caste system, people living on the streets, gigantic slums, and then the very wealthy. About 150,000 homeless people in Delhi, spending their whole lives on the street. No social care. What did they do in the 3-month monsoon season? Nighttime in the back streets has become a little intimidating, and the sheer numbers are beginning to make Ed claustrophobic. Ed makes a plan. After exploring the mountains, he'll visit Goa.
Come on, Eddie, join the party.
Time to take the crazy train and bus to the foothills of the Himalayas. The old steam trains make up for the chaos of the carriages. Shimla, built by the British as an escape from the heat. A strange Surrey with curry kind of place, with at last cool mountain walks and exploration. Time to explore the foothills of the Himalayas. Ed spends happy days exploring the mountains. He meets some people. Ed hears tales about magical Manali, right up in the mountains. A rough and ready, clunky, scary mountain bus ride. Legendary Manali, home of the strongest cannabis in the world. The ancient mountain temples become real. He makes new friends with fellow travellers. They regale him of tales of crazy Kathmandu. The magic of Kathmandu. This lights a fire. Ed wants to go. Then one day, then he sees a dream. A 1956 Royal Enfield Bullet, a bike he has fantasised about. After a little time searching, he finds the owner, Dutch Baz. He'd rode the bike with his girlfriend hundreds of miles to Manali. Tired of it all, she returned to Holland. Baz agrees to sell the bike on one condition. Eddie's ecstatic and puts the bike through its paces. He makes plans for the trip to Kathmandu with Baz on the back. They set off at short notice, planning new helmets en route. This is the bliss, 1,000-mile ride through the mountains to Kathmandu. What could go wrong? They never made it to Kathmandu. The doctors thought Baz was going to make it at all. Brain damage. However, after months of rehabilitation, he flew back and eventually recovered. Eddie was more seriously injured than he knew. Eddie had damaged his spine. He too went months of rehabilitation. After travelling for a few more years, Ed settles down in Argentina, where he now has a young family.